So happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers on behalf of Gege'S Beauty Compound. And today we have a magnanimous, wonderful, amazing special guest. It's my mom.
Hi everybody.
Her name is Andrietta, but she prefers Ray, so you can call her Miss Ray in the comments. But today we're going to do a little makeup, a little interview, and we're going to talk about how she inspired me to become the esthetician and beauty guru that I am today. Stay tuned. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and ding that notification button. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Many of you do not know that my mom is vegan. Doesn't she look wonderful? She puts in the work and doesn't have to twerk. Hey! So we're going to start off with her facial oil. And it is vegan as she preferred. So we're going to start off just dabbing that a little on her skin. Pat, pat, pat. And as I told you guys in my first video, too much product is a no-no. You want just enough so that your face has a natural glow and it does not look greasy. See how I'm just dabbing? And the dabbing is called tapotement. It's a massage term. And only my mom would make me bring out the makeup utensils because I haven't been doing other people's makeup for a very long time. But when it's your mom, what are you gonna do? Do her makeup? Action. So, many of you may like to know how my mother inspired me to transition myself into the beauty and fashion industry. Well, when I was about 4 years old, I used to watch my mom in beauty competitions all over the city of Chicago. And my mom was queen, Miss Fashion Doll, Chicago, boom, love it. And so even as a
long ago.
So my mom was a beauty queen and fashion model professionally. So watching my mom go through her beauty extravaganza, tearing up the beauty industry, I was like, when I grow up, I want to do that too. So when I became a teenager, I started competing in fantasy hair competitions. And just like my mom, I would win first and second place. Boom. So, Mom, what inspired you to be in the fashion and beauty industry?
So when I was younger, I would watch other young ladies and also other family members on how they dressed. And I thought to myself, well, I wanted to be Miss Foxy as well. And so what I did was I came up with an idea of how to create my own look according to my characteristics, according to how I wanted to feel about myself. We each have different silhouettes. And so I wanted to go and make a silhouette that would flatter my body at that time.
Well, that's amazing. And so, ladies, wear what flatters your silhouette and wear it fiercely, like my mom. Boom. If you can close your eyes for me, please. And what are you doing? I'm just putting on a little concealer here. Just under the eyes. And when you have more of a cream-based like product, you can also dab and blend at the same time because sometimes the cream-based products tend to dry up faster than the more liquid or 'based. So you can dab and blend at the same time.
Dab and blend, ladies.
So another thing that I got from my mom is that she was also a professional dancer. When I was a little girl, she would dance with the Satin Down dance team. And I remember when they performed one time at the Bud Billiken Parade, and she was very sassy. She had this red leotard on.
Bodysuit, bodysuit,
Body yaddy yaddy. My mom has always served body from day one. Okay, listen. So I remember her red leotard, and she had her red gloves on, and she had her big bouffant hair, which I still love today. And she was sashaying down the street with the parade, dancing, and was completely amazing. And everyone was trying to get at my mom. We were like, I have a whole father, and he is her husband. So, but it was great times, which my mom also inspired me to become a professional dancer.
Yep.
So another fun fact about Gigi is that I am a professional dancer, have been a dancer and teacher for over 20-something years. Now, I know I don't look that old, but it's true. Got it from my mama. So those are just a few things. And then my mom is also a major fashion influence for me, because she always made sure that before she went outside that she was dressed immaculately. So I noticed that sometimes with the younger generations, you want to use those inspirations of our more seasoned women, because class and fashion never goes out of style.
That's all right.
That's absolutely right. And if your mom is full of beauty and wisdom like my mom, you want to listen to your mother, because they've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt.
I started my modeling career, I want to say maybe at a late stage in my life. And when I say late stage, I mean like a late 20s, 30s. And I did a little bit of modeling in my 40s as well. I would compete in beauty pageants. I also did a lot of fashion shows. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun back then when I was doing that. But now that season is over. It's a season for me to encourage now. So that's what I'm focusing on now, is encouraging others. If they want to be in that industry, then they can. And they should try it out. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, if that's where you're being led, then that's the way you go. I have a tip for the young ladies that are not industry hyped. When I was in the fashion world, as far as the fashion shows and modeling different designer pieces and everything, sometimes the designers themselves will tell me that I may not be tall enough to model their clothes, but after they saw me walk, they changed their mind completely, and I did justice to their clothes. So to the young ladies, older ladies, if you think that you are too short, there are other industries that you can get in, but I was in both. I was in print modeling, and also I did runway modeling. And like I said, it was a lot of fun. And the young ladies that I modeled with, they, sometimes how we all have our likes and our dislikes. So I was one of those that was disliked because they felt like, okay, well, she's not going to go anywhere because she's too short. But I got picked every time. Every time.
And how tall are you?
Oh, I'm 5'5.5". I first found out that Jenna, was a dancer when she was 2.5, maybe 3 years old. There was a commercial on TV, and it was very catchy. The beat was really nice, and it was like on the dance shows, I say, a nice beat, nice to dance to. Well, Jenna, she was standing in front of the TV when this particular commercial came on. I cannot remember which one it was, but it had a nice beat to it. So she would stand in front of the TV and just dance, dance, dance. And then as soon as that commercial went off, bam, she went right back to doing what she was doing before it went on. So that's when I knew that it was a little dancer that was in front of the TV at those particular times.
So, can you say it took her twice as long to finish everything because she was stopping dance?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I mean, at that age, what can you do but play, though? But, you know, yeah, it did. It took her a long time to complete what she was supposed to be completing.
Because she was dancing?
Yep, because she was dancing.
So what I'm doing now is just kind of testing out the foundation on my mom because she does have different undertones as myself. So typically, one way that you can tell what undertones you have in your skin is by looking at your wrist and looking at the veins. So here I have like a bluish green undertones. And that's one way you can tell.
So does Mom.
So when you are selecting your foundation, you don't just want to go with what you think like your main color palette is. You want to pay attention also to the tones, like those tones, those undertones that are in the makeup. And one way you can do it without spreading infection and breaking out and all those types of things is to take like a little cotton swab or Q-tip in the store and just rub it like, you know, you can do it here because sometimes the back of your hand can be a darker tone than your actual face. So just take a little dab here, you know, see how well that blends in for you. And then if it blends in correctly and nicely and it almost looks like it's like a second skin, like an airbrush, then you know that it's safe to put on your skin. So one thing that I love that the beauty industry is doing now is they are creating more shades for African American skin, because I remember distinctly not too long ago a lot of the beauty industry would just create maybe 2, maybe 3 shades for African American skin, and a lot of us would either have to go too light or too dark or try to blend those 2 shades together to create our tones.
So y'all African American?
Yes, we are. Well, my mom, we joke that my mom is questionable. But I do check on the census that I am African American because, well, I am. My mom, we're still trying to figure it out. Mom, do you want to talk about your ethnic background?
Well, my mom was biracial. She was part Irish, part Scottish, part, I think she had a little bit of Indian in there. But she was growing up, well, she grew up in a black environment. And when I say environment, that means African American. Back then when she was younger, she learned how to cook as an African American. She learned how to dress, you know, the mannerisms that we have now, our grandmothers, great-grandmothers. That's the way that my mom, that's the type of environment that my mom grew up in and became accustomed to. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but she knew what she had to do as far as feeding her children. She knew what she had to do as far as surviving. And so that's how she survived.
And Mom, how many siblings did you grow up having?
I had 11 siblings. It was 9 girls and 3 boys.
So, ladies and gents, I come from a very big family. I have a lot of cousins, a lot of aunts, uncles. I have sisters, 1 brother, and so my brother and I, we have different moms. My sister and I have the same mother and father. But I'm very thankful for my upbringing and my background because my mom never pigeonholed us to learn about other cultures. And that is another reason why I started this channel, because in our community, a lot of times we are not, as African Americans, we are not as embraced by others, but tend to embrace everyone else. So I think it's very important that we expand our horizons, learn about other cultures, learn about other people, and respect their cultures. It's very important to respect other people's cultures because you learn so much. The palette that God created on earth is as beautiful, as intricate, as creative as the rainbow. And we can all learn from each other and love one another. And like Dr. King said, you judge people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin.
That's right.
And that's what our parents taught us, to judge people by their character. So I hope you guys do the same out there. So I'm just applying a little more concealer to blend that in. And Mom, can you share with the people how you, in addition to your modeling and dancing, how you exposed my sister and I to the arts?
Well, when I was younger myself, there were a lot of things that I was curious about as far as other ethnicities. So I said, when I have my own children, when I get married and have my own children, I'm going to expose them to as many different ethnicities, cultures as possible. I used to take Jenna and LaShonda to different ethnic restaurants. I used to take them to different museums. I mean, a lot of us from the Midwest area know about the Museum of Science and Industry and the Field Museum.
Planetarium.
Mm-hmm. But
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mom.
But there are so many more. There are so many more options out there as far as the different ethnic backgrounds of the melting pot of people that have migrated to the Midwest. And that's why I exposed them to the things that I exposed them to, so when they became adults themselves, they would have that knowledge under their hats, and that knowledge also is powerful. A lot of people, they take certain things for granted when your children are younger. You say, oh, go sit down somewhere, or be quiet, you can't sing. But LaShonda was the singer, the actress, writer. LaShonda's been writing since she was, in grade school.
And for those who don't know, LaShonda is my older sister.
Yes. She writes, she produces, she directs. And Jenna is a dancer. She's also a teacher, and she's a beauty. I am going to say this, and it is going to come into fruition. She is a beauty guru at its best.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
And in addition to that, my family is full of classically trained singers. So, in addition to my love for skincare, dance, and all of that great stuff, my mom made sure that we had a piano in the home growing up, which my sister studied more the piano, but we both got vocal training very often in church and also private lessons as well. So we were trained how to sing, how to read music. Again, I wasn't really into the playing of instruments because I preferred to dance and sing, but that was another thing that our mom exposed us to make sure that we were more well-rounded individuals and productive citizens of society.
That's right.
So I get it from my mama. So you guys, I would love to see your comments showing what you got from your mama. How did your mom inspire you to be a better person? What awesome things did you learn from your mom that carried you even into adulthood? I love to see those comments.
Me too.
So please Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and ding that notification button. I love you guys so much. I thank you for joining my beauty journey here on Gege'S Beauty Compound. And I'm excited for you guys to come back and see more. Thank you guys for your likes and your comments and your encouragement. And I can't wait to do more for you guys. Have a wonderful, happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.